10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Lena also helping you out here, of course, up against that egg. Having that extra attack speed, you know, with the fiery souls stacking up and making this really difficult to get the egg off. So the Lena works out and could just be a 4. I wouldn't be surprised to see it in that position. I know I've seen it a handful of times over mid as well. I think it comes down to the better, you know, what the better matchup will be for Vici, and they go to the Razor instead. So Razor making it through this draft, and there's no reason not to pick him up against this DK, and that's exactly what they'll go to. So that puts the Lena in the 4, and now they need a 5 for Vici in a spot where I could see them going for a Snapfire.
Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
So let's see what these final bans are. I would ban the Snapfire if I'm LGD. They need a 5 position. They ban the Ancient Apparition, which is a good one as well. You know, you don't want that Ice Blast coming into the Chronosphere. So let's see
10 seconds remaining.
What the last ban is here from Vici as LGD. They still need their safe laner. And I could see, once again, I could see this being potentially, you know, the Morphling to come out, but now I don't think it could go Morphling. They ban the Puck and they go to the Disruptor. So not even the Snapfire, which is a little bit surprising. Thought for sure that that would be the direction that they wanted to go, with the Snapfire giving them so much within the Chronosphere on top of what they've already got.
5 seconds remaining.
Now that Queen of Pain comes in for LGD, and that puts the DK in the safe lane. Interesting. Bit surprising to see the DK move to safe lane for Chalice. Somnus on the Queen of Pain, and then we've got X-Nova playing the Ogre Magi, FY on the Phoenix, Old 11 on the Mars. For Vici, it's a completely different lineup because their lineup basically got banned from the previous game. DY on the Disruptor, Ori on the Razor, PYW with that 4-position Lina, Eurus playing the Faceless Void, and then Yang on the Centaur. So, game 2 between these two teams. Vici trying to go up a clean 2-0. While OGD will look to bring it back and even, as of course they do have ESL games in just over 2 hours. So here we go into game 2.
Prepare for battle.
Again, if this goes 5 games, I mean, Vici could be playing 11 games tonight. And that would be pretty ridiculous. A very long non-LAN game, day of Dota. And that first game taking a long time. Not really sure how ESL is going to handle it if they do end up getting, a full 5-game series, and this does end up going late. So we'll have to see. But the last 2 best of 5s that these teams have played, or the last best of 5 that this team has played, was a quick 3-0.
The battle begins.
So the horn sounds and we're ready to go. Got ourselves Eurus over bottom on the Faceless Void. He'll be joined here by the Disruptor. Ogre Magi will go with the DK over towards top, and it's, not something you see too much with the DK in the safe lane. Usually DK stationed over mid. We'll be up against the Centaur as well as the Lina. I don't really see the combination coming to get a couple kills here over top for Vici if Chalice is able to find a couple levels into the Dragon's Blood. You've also got Ogre with 7 early armor, so to expect a hoof stomp as well as two points into the Retaliate to do enough to get a kill might be a bit of a pipe dream. Continue to throw the harassment, and maybe if Ogre were to stay too low, he might end up dead. Fire Spirits will burn through DY, and it hits. It will be first blood there for FY over in the bottom lane. Very happy to start that off here for LGD. Stun comes out onto the DK, who has that first level into the Dragon's Blood. So for right now, with the Tango regenning at 19 a second. Damage coming in on the Yang and PYW, where this could be an opportunity for LGD to get a couple of kills. Lina isn't exactly the tankiest of heroes, and X-Nova will have a stun at level 2, which he does pick up. They turn their attention over to Yang. So he needs to be the one who starts paying attention and being careful, but the stun hits out on the Chalice. And this DK is forced back. LSA, though, again missing. Breathe Fire comes out from Chalice. Got the Bloodlust out onto this DK as well, and just a bit of harassment from both sides that doesn't lead to anything. So Somnus up against Ori. It's the Queen of Pain up against the Razor. We'll see how the Queen of Pain does in 10 and 3 to the 10 and 4 of the Razor at the moment. So things pretty even as we get situated over mid just 3 minutes into the game. Stun coming out onto the Ogre. But again, he's got so much armor, he does not care about the right clicks coming in from PYW. It's more the stuns that are a burden. Continue to take a look over towards mid as Somnus up against Ori. Sitting in still even here. Here's losing that courier thanks to the fact that FY goes behind the tier 1 tower, and we'll see how much DY wants to really trade with this Phoenix. Didn't work out in his favor last time, as he did end up being first blood. Mars certainly one of those heroes that can shock a Faceless Void with a lot of damage early on. proper spear as well as the proper God's Rebuke can take out a Faceless Void post Time Walk if maybe in fact the Void gets a little bit overzealous and tries to jump forward. Meanwhile, another kill here for the side of LGD on DY. Somnus will get credit for that one as I think it's FY who drew him all the way out. So 2-0 in favor of LGD. Again, who are trying to even up this series at 1. FY continue to go around there with the Fire Spirits out onto the Disruptor, continue to chase, and then, I mean, that opens up the opportunity there for Somnus to come over, blink in, and swipe a kill. FY TP's mid, fills up that bottle, hands it over to Somnus, we're good to go. Ori taking a lot of damage off this one. Static Link comes in. Blink breaks it. Fire Spirits. Icarus dive. Ori in trouble under the tier 1 tower, but the stun comes in from PYW as well as the Dragon Slave. Shadow Strike. Ori ends up dead. Somnus now needing to run, but can't. He'll trade his life for that of just Ori's. The Hook Stomp comes out on the Chalice. It's back and forth between these two. Chalice sitting level 5. Tune of the Dragon Blood holding on to a skill point. So 3-2. LGD. So far leading the way, but I mean, the later this goes, should be okay for Vici if they get it farmed enough. Faceless Void, Spear hits, Fire Spirits are there. Use the God's Rebuke as well. And again, it's that quick damage that can come through if you're not healthy enough on this Faceless Void that really can just surprise you, come up and kill you. And they're going to look with X-Nova rotating towards bottom. He's got the stun available. And DY moving forward, but Old 11 over still in the lane. So fight breaking out for a moment. LSA hits. And there's the Icarus dive right on the PYW. But really no worse for the wear as they've got 3 heroes from both sides in this lane. It opens up top for Chalice, who's dealing with solo farm, solo experience. He sits level 6. He's gone into the Elder Dragon form. Throws the Dragon Tail out at Yang. Not doing that much damage to follow it up, but it's all about what's going on towards bottom. X-Nova has a Mango to work with. Maybe he wants to go for the Time Walk. Meanwhile, TP towards top from DY. They'll commit the Stampede. They'll look for Chalice. They've got the kinetic field down as well as the damage to get the kill onto the DK. Seems like a lot of hesitancy coming in from LGD over bottom on whether or not to go after this Faceless Void.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Yang continuing to be a dominant force in that off lane. But still, even though they get that kill onto the DK, it's a 1,000 net worth lead for the side of LGD. They've got Queen of Pain really farming well towards mid. About 13 last hits ahead of this Razor, and now sitting level 7, so I wonder if Somnus is going to make a rotation, and if so, to where? And where will they get that commitment, considering it's just the DK towards top? Yura's taking a lot of damage. Time dilation hits both FY as well as X-Nova. They've brought Razor nearby, but Ori not going to look to pressure this at all. Somnus walks all the way back to base.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Bottom spear hit on the PYW. Meanwhile, back towards top. Look over as the Dragon Tail comes out. Back over bottom. PYW getting chased. They get the kill on the Centaur. Trying to think that maybe the Lina would die first, but
Under attack.
I guess I was foolish to think so with the Sonic Wave coming out onto this Centaur. We at least catch one of the kills. I don't have split screen capabilities on this computer, unfortunately. I tried. DUI gets hit and killed off here by Somnus, but there's the rotation from Eurus, who does have the Chronosphere. First hit bash, Chronosphere comes in, Ori with the Static Link. So Somnus now needs to leave, but unable to do so with Blink on cooldown still. So 6-4 in favor of LGD. 2,000 net worth lead for them on top of that, and we switch it over to the net worth to see where everybody's sitting at. And it's so far towards the top, Old 11 on this Mars. Yang now is a lane opponent. See what LGD can do. Pressuring over bottom. The rotation comes in from Ori, however, and now they've got the glimpse as well as the kinetic field. They'll hit the hoof stomp. Static Link comes out on Old 11. The arena locks in too. That's probably not good here for the Mars, as he's one shot from dead. They'll get the kill there with Ori. LSA doesn't hit on anybody, and the Shadow Strike is out on the Yang. X-Nova puts the Bloodlust out on a Somnus, and now the chase is on with Plasma Field hitting onto the Ogre Magi. Dragon Slave lands and takes out X-Nova. It's a 2-0 in the favor of Vici. So even at 6, it cuts in a little bit. They do get top net worth hero of the Mars, and they took him out with a good glimpse kinetic field. Static Link really setting up, and just Yang playing well on the Centaur. Lands the hoof stomp, sets up the rest of the team, and this is what he's been doing on this Centaur for the last couple of days. We continue to see him strive with this hero. Old 11 gets the kill there on a PYW as the Elder Dragon form comes through from Chalice. There's a kill over bottom, a little bit of revenge there for Old 11.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire are scanning.
Ori and DY coming over. They're
Radiant's
smoked
bottom
up. They'll
tower
head
is
towards
under
top.
attack.
They want to get this kill here out on a Chalice. He's dead once already. He's going into the Shadow Blade next as Soaring, but there's the Static Storm committed as well as the Static Link. They've locked up Chalice. They'll continue to ride forward. Dragon Tail comes in, but they've got the glimpse, and it looks like Chalice isn't long for this world. Ori gets the kill. 4 heroes towards top. An easy one there onto the Dragon Knight.
Is under attack.
And things for LGD, though, despite these deaths, continue to expand in terms of net worth.
Dire's structures are fortified. Dire's top
Fire Blast out, LSA hits, and X-Nova in trouble, but the Spear hits with a Sonic Wave. They'll take out Eurus. They get the kill there on a DY. That combo coming in from Old 11 as well as Somnus is a beautiful one. And trying to maintain some order in this mid lane, but it looks like they're going to lose the tower. The Supernova goes down. PYW burning out. And he will finally melt. PYW is gone, and it looks like Yang next to follow. And a couple of shots coming with the Shadow Strike still on him. Somnus gets the kill. 4 dead on the side of Vici. And LGD starting to really pull away with this one.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Things going devastatingly wrong right now for Vici. Top of the net worth now is Somnus going straight into the axe. Interesting build coming in for the Queen of Pain. Sometimes you'll see that
Top tower is
Orchid through from the Queen of Pain, or maybe even a Maelstrom, but this time around, straight into the axe. So we take a look over at Ori's going into the BKB. Has an Ogre Axe coming his direction. 2 Rings of Regen on him, as well as a Bracer and a Wraith Band. Chalice, meanwhile, on the DK, he's going into the Shadow Blade. He's got the Elder Dragon form popped. Yang moving forward. He's got the Vanguard going into the hood and probably a Blink Dagger afterwards, but it'll be some time until he has the ability to, close the gap with the Blink. Chronosphere committed out on to this Phoenix. They get the kill on FY. Static Storm also came through. Not certain if that's because they thought that they weren't going to get the kill while in the Chrono and didn't want him to Icarus dive away. Spear locks him to the side of the arena. They get the kill here on the Diwa with God's Rebuke. And Old 11 really starting to do work on this Mars. Well, Stampede, he eats the Laguna Blade, but Ori coming over with the Static Link. Now Old 11, he kind of just wants to die. So the damage isn't that much taken away from him, but Ori gets himself 115. Old 11 survives it with the Sonic Wave, pushing Ori far enough away. And on the Blink forward from Somnus. Highly aggressive play coming through from LGD. They've got the Supernova. They start to burn on these heroes of Vici. They hit the stun on the Mars. Now they look over at Yang. The right-click damage as well as the Supernova popping to get the stun out onto the Centaur. They've got the Static Link through on Old 11. The Plasma Field hits back and forth, but the Bulwark doing work. Sunray, blink forward, gets the kill on Ori. Now they're looking for more. Fire Blast, glimpse back on Old 11, but finally get the kill here on the Mars. Eurus is in the fight. Can LGD get anything more? They've got the Elder Dragon form pop by Chalice. He comes through, looks over at DY. This should be a third for LGD. It will. And LGD now 6,000 net worth ahead. So, level 1 Bulwark doing some work there for this Mars, as well as having that pipe.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant are scanning.
And so far, the utility build for the offlane Mars.
What a bounty!
Double damage here for Somnus. He's got that axe. So increasing that damage, lowering the cooldown to just 40 seconds now that he's got that. And I expect to see Somnus very active around the map.
Worthy tribute.
And they're starting to invade the Radiant jungle, up 8,000 net worth and overwhelming the Vici side. Take up this tier 2 tower very quickly. We'll see if they continue to put the pressure on and maybe force somebody to TP back. Tier 2 is getting pressured. Nobody rotating to go back on that tier 2 just yet. Got outposts being taken, and now there's a TP towards the tier 2 tower. They look for Yang. They've got the Shadow Strike on him. Blink, Hoof Stomp comes through, but they've got the arena. Stampede is used. Nobody from Vici coming to help Yang. And it's another kill here for LGD. So continuing to dominate is this LGD Dire side. And Chalice into the Shadow Blade. He'll go Heaven's Halberd next. Yule's next for the Queen of Pain. And Ogre looking for a Vlad's if he can get lucky enough to get the gold here, as he's sitting bottom of the net worth for his team. You have a Spirit Vessel out on FY, which is usually the case. And bottom, DY in trouble. Not only in trouble, but he's also dead to rights. So things right now for Vici are so much so a struggle to even get anything started, to get the ball rolling, and LGD very happy with where they're at in this game so far. You know, unbeknownst to them, they are up 10,000 net worth, but the game might certainly feel this way, and if they're doing inventory checks of their opponents, while walking around. They should know how much they're ahead by and how much they're going to be able to extend and go for more fights. Centaur next into the Blink Dagger, but, well, now the Spear lands. Dragon Slave thrown by the Lina. They won't follow this up, though.
Invisibility.
And Hoof Stomp, double edge, Icarus dive away. They've got the Chronosphere down inside the arena. Do they have the damage to get the kill onto this Mars? Sonic Wave pushes them back. Stampede to get on top of this Mars once again. Old 11 ends up dead. Sunray not going to be enough. The Static Storms pop down here by DY. They take out FY. And blink away from Somnus. LGD disengage. They pop the Elder Dragon form for that, but, well, they don't go attacking just yet, but they might even look to turn this around. They've got 16 seconds till the Sonic Wave is back up. Dragon Tail comes in. The big spells were already used here by the Radiant side. They get the kill on the PYW. Now they look over the clumsy net out on Yang. Ori also coming through with Static Link, but Somnus blinks back to break that leash. Dragon Tail comes out once again on a Yang. Kinetic Field is down by DY, but DY, is that going to be enough for the rest of your team to really make something going? Chalice surviving for now. The right clicks coming out from Eurus. You've got Somnus with the Sonic Wave in just a moment. The Time Walk gets that health back. They get the bashes through on X Nova. They get the kill here onto the Ogre Magi. And now Yang trying to chase. They've got Chalice back into their grasp. Dragon Tail comes in with the buyback coming out from this Ogre. Time Walk away once again. Somnus. Now what's the countdown marker on the Sonic Wave to come in a third time through this exchange? They get the kill there on the DY, and now the LSA hits from PYW. Somnus continuing to give charge as Eurus may be looking for an opportunity to go back in. But it's actually the Mars who looks for an opportunity as, well, Old 11 locks him down with the spear on the Arena of Blood. They'll get the kill on a Yang. It's Somnus who gets credit for the kill. And now 7 seconds until he's got the Sonic Wave back. They glimpse back Old 11, but nobody moving forward on that as they don't have the Chronosphere or really much more to follow that up with. So 20-13 in favor of LGD. Buybacks coming out from both position 5s. So 20-13 with the 7,000 net worth lead. LGD continuing to stay on the opposite side of the river from where their base is, and they'll go after the tier 2 over mid. They don't have Chronosphere to work with anymore, so the big lockdown spell is no longer there for Vici, and it won't be there for another 26 seconds, so the longer this goes on, maybe the more potential there is here for Vici to pull this game back. They are setting up like they might want to fight sometime sooner, maybe catch an exit. We've got the smoke out on DY. LSA hits onto the Queen of Pain. They've also got themselves a Static Storm. The Lunar Blade comes through. The Sunray keeping this Queen of Pain alive. There's the Yules, Icarus Dive, as well as the Supernova in between everybody. The Arena Boy comes in. They've got the stun on the Faceless Void, and this might stun everybody on the Radiant side. It does. Can they get any damage out onto these heroes to get the kills? They finally take out DY. They look over at Ori. They'll take out the Razor. They've got themselves 2. Now they're looking for more. The LSA hits onto this Phoenix. FY stunned up. The Breathe Fire just not in time, and PYW's TP is in time and gets away from the grasp of LGD. So 22-14. Things for LGD staying more of the same. They extend that lead from 7,000 to 11,000. They still keep these creeps coming in towards the high ground. What's crazy about that entire exchange was, I mean, the Supernova was in the middle of the team fight. And usually that is a poor place to be, but the rest of the team handled it. For LGD, allowed the Supernova to pop, and then that literally stunned everybody. And that's where it really started to fall apart for Vici. Ogre and the rest of LGD looking to barrel down, but maybe they'll go for Roche first, and that seems to be the plan. Plasma Field comes in. They've got the stun out. Now Yang needs to leave. Ori, he just gets out of the arena. They've got the Sunray out onto Yang. Stampede trying to maybe get some help to come through. And there's the Chronosphere out onto the Queen of Pain as well as the Mars, but they got the stun out onto the Faceless Void, so he's unable to do anything within the Chronosphere. Now Sonic's moving forward with the Sonic Wave. They look over at Ori. They've got themselves a spear that hits onto the tree, and they will be able to get the kill on Ori. Supernova was used by F-Fly as that backs off the rest of the side of Vici. They've got the kinetic field down from DY once again, and Vici escape with their lives. Well, it's everybody but Ori. So, go after Roche. They get the Aegis into the hands of LGD. And now this is on Somnus, who has been so effective within this game. And they're going to TP towards bottom. PYW nearby. Somnus avoids the LSA. Going into that Shiva's next. Blinks forward. Looks over at DY. Gets the Shadow Strike out. The glimpse back. But, well, Somnus should be joining in once again soon. As I say that, there he is. Taking a look back over towards this top jungle area for the side of the Radiant. They're burning away on Yang. They've got the Spirit Vessel on him. There's the Fire Blast coming through and the damage coming from the Scream as well as the Shadow Strike out onto Yang to get yet another kill onto the Centaur. And this is Yang, who's on one of his best heroes sitting here at 2 and 5. And it's really just, this stems from the great start that Somnus had and honestly the itemization. Rushing into that Ags, being effective in these fights, these long, drawn out fights where he's able to get Sonic Waves in multiple times. With the cooldown reduction of the 12% with the level 15 talent as well as having that Ags, he's throwing this ult pretty often. So they take the tier 3 tower, they look to take the set of racks. And it looks to be no problem for them. Blink, Spear, God's Rebuke. It all misses. But now they've got themselves the Stampede as well as the Static Storm on top of this Mars. But the BKB from Ori is going to wear out eventually. They've got themselves the Dragon Tail coming through on a Yang. They can't even get the kill on Old 11 just yet. They'll get the kill on a Yang and they'll take him out for 45 seconds without buyback. They'll call GG and we'll be even at 1. Icarus Dive, Supernova, as well as the Arena. They've got the stun on to both the Queen of Pain as well as the Mars, but it's not going to matter. They'll burn out DY. They'll look over at the Razor, who will stay alive as GG finally comes into effect, and we're even at 1. So LGD with a very high-paced game to take Game 2 over Vici. We're even at 1, and it was a great game by Somnus. 12, 3, and 9 for him, looking absolutely stellar. And then behind him was Old 11 at 8, 3, and 11 on that Mars. So wire-to-wire win here for LGD. We'll be back with Game 3 in just a moment. I'm your caster, BCop, at BCop92 on Twitter. Follow me to know when I'm casting. We'll be back in just a moment. Stay right there. More Dota coming your way next.
you